I rolling? Yes, I am. Okay, great.
What's poppin'? Just like, ooh, what's poppin'? I like you, what's
Hi everyone, I hope you're having a really nice day. And in this video, we will not be talking about Canada. I really think I'm changing my niche right now, but this is something that I think is very important. And today we are going to be doing something which is called the 8-week challenge to completely transform yourselves. Now, I was thinking we're already in November. The months are going so fast. We only have 2 months more before we enter 2024. And I was like, if I'm going to enter the new year, 2024, I don't want to enter as someone who is filled with regret, filled with guilt, filled with unhealthy habits, or just maybe not an improved person. I want to enter 2024 as someone who feels and looks beautiful, gorgeous, is healed, is knowledgeable, has more skills in 2024 than she had in 2023, and I just want to walk in there with positivity. Which is why we are going to do this 8-week challenge, and I keep on saying we because this is something that I really want whoever watches this video to follow along with me rather than just like watch the video and think, oh, I'll do this myself as well. But I really want us to do this together because I have read somewhere that if you actually do something and then if you think that you're accountable to someone to, like prove that you've done something, you're more likely to do that. And I'm recording this because I really want to do this challenge. And if I do it properly, I'm going to be accountable to my audience, and that's why I'm recording it and we are doing this. Anyways, so I've divided this challenge into 4 parts, which is the mind, the mindset, the body, and the soul. So it's going to be 4 topics that we're going to be developing ourselves in, just so that it's like a 360-degree complete transformation in all areas of our lives. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get started. So, the first topic we're actually going to be covering or we're going to be talking about is the mind. When I talk about the mind, it means knowledge to me. So, basically, I just want us to be more knowledgeable than we were before. Now, how can we become more knowledgeable and what does that even mean? I basically think that if you are someone who's always curious to seek out more knowledge or to always learn something about any topic, anything, you're knowledgeable. Because you might not know everything about every subject on the planet, but you always have a will to learn something about it. And I think that's very important. Plus, I also think that the job market is very competitive. Everything is very competitive, as a matter of fact. And learning a new skill, learning something extra can always give you a competitive advantage. So, to gain knowledge, what do we do? So we can do a lot of things to gain knowledge, which we will be doing in the upcoming weeks. But each week, I just want to focus on one thing from each department so that we can focus on building that. So in the first week, I really want to focus on building our knowledge through reading a book. Now, people who don't like to read, because I'm someone who really likes to read, I'm going to read a book. But people who do not like to read anything can always listen to a book as well. They can also maybe sign up on, I don't know if Kindle has any. Yes, I think they can always sign up on Audible. They have audiobooks out there. So yeah, you can always get an audiobook for yourself and you can always listen to it. Even I think if you just Google it or if you go on YouTube and you search for the book name and like just a voice format of the book, it always comes up where someone is just like dictating it to you. So if you're someone who likes to not read, then you can do that. But if you're someone who likes to read, what I want you to do is what we are going to do is we are going to spend 15 minutes a day on one book. We're not going to change the book, we're going to keep one book and we're going to spend 15 minutes a day on that particular book. Now, I'm going to select a book which is 101 essays and that change the way you think, and I'm going to be reading this book because it has been on my list. I've always like seen it everywhere, but I've also started reading it. I had started reading it, but then I kind of just left it. So yes, we're going to be reading this book, 101 essays that could change your life. that will change the way you think. Similar, and we're going to read this for every day for 15 minutes for the next 7 days. And I really want you guys to follow me on this journey. You don't really have to pick the same book, but you can pick any book you would like and just religiously listen to it for 15 minutes. I know 15 minutes might be less, but it's just something that I want to keep realistic, because I think everyone who watches this video is someone who is working, is someone who's a student. If they're an international student like me, they're working and they're a student, so they really have no time. And 15 minutes is something which feels like we can always spend for ourselves. So, yes, you can always go over the 15-minute bracket, but this is just something I feel is feasible. Moving on to mindset. Now, to for our mindset, or to just change the way we think about ourselves and others, I think affirmations are a really good way to start. Affirmations are basically just positive statements or sentences that you can always say to yourself out loud, or you can always just like read them, or just like write them or something. But I always prefer to say it out loud, because then I'm saying it and then I'm also hearing it back, so it kind of makes more impact. That's just what I think. So every day we are going to listen to one affirmation video in the morning, and affirmation videos are basically mostly about 15 minutes long, and it's just something you can always listen to like in the background when you're dressing up, or basically when you're just cleaning your room or something like that. And it's just very helpful because it helps you to rewire your brain. So if you're someone who constantly thinks negative about themselves, if they constantly think, oh, I'm not worthy of this, oh, I'm such a dumb, it just changes the way you think. So if there's someone out there who has a video where they keep on saying, I am loved, and you have to repeat that. So you're telling yourself, I am loved, I am amazing, I am amazing. You're saying that to yourself, your brain. Subconsciously, your brain is trying to register that, and when you keep doing that, you're going to feel that as well. So every day we're going to listen to one affirmation video in the morning. No matter how you do it or where you do it, you can also listen to it in the car or something, but you just need to listen to it and repeat it aloud whenever you're dressing up. I think when I dress up and I do that, it makes more impact for me, because I'm dressing up, I'm making my hair, okay, I am dressing up, I'm doing my makeup, and then I hear someone saying, I hear the affirmation lady saying, I am amazing, I look gorgeous, and I'm dressing up and I'm like, I look gorgeous. So it kind of gives you a confidence boost as well. So it's completely up to you, but you can always do that. So it doesn't really take up a lot of time. It's just something you do along with something that already would take up your time. I'm going to use this affirmation video, so if you would like to follow along and use the exact same one, you can gladly do that. And anyways, let's start with the next chapter. Second thing that we will be doing for our mindset would be meditation. If you're someone who does not focus or concentrate a lot, you can also do guided meditations. If you just, again, if you go on YouTube, you're gonna find a lot of these. There's some that I'm gonna link here, and these are just some of them that are like really good. There's also something called a guided meditation where they actually focus on things that you want to do. So it's basically like, if you want to feel if you want to welcome love in your life, you can just like, it's a 10-minute meditation, you can go there and they're just gonna be like, uh yeah, I welcome love in my life, I open my arms. And so it's kind of like affirmations, but in a very meditative manner. So you can also like do a combination of both, or you can just do the traditional meditation where you put on a meditation music and you just focus. And this is going to be for 15 minutes as well. So 15 minutes of a day, we are going to be doing meditation however you like. I'm going to be personally doing traditional meditation plus the affirmation videos whenever I'm dressing up, and we are also going to be reading a book for 15 minutes. What next? For the mindset, I think this is not something you could do every day, but this is something you could do once a week, which is therapy. You don't need to actually go to a therapist to get therapy. If you can, really great, you can do that. But if you're someone who's low on budget, who really just cannot afford a therapist, you can always do your own personal therapy. Now, this is not something that is recommended if you are someone who's actually struggling a lot and you need professional help. But if you're someone who just wants to heal and wants to look deep into themselves and just resolve what issues they have, look into themselves, they can always do that. So I think once a week, what you can do is personal therapy. I am reading this book. Give me 1 second. Okay, got it. So the book is called Self Care for Tough Times: How to Heal in Times of Anxiety, Loss, and Change. So basically, this book is a really good book. It gives you meditation practices, it gives you exercises that you can do, and it's actually divided on like different chapters. It has pictures in it, and it's basically divided in three sections. I think it's like one section is for change, if you're going through tremendous change. One section is for trauma or stress. So it's a really nice book if you really want to read it and go through this. So there's something in this book that I found, and it's a really great way to just talk to myself. It's basically called sitting with yourself. I call it sitting with myself. So basically, I just sit down, I close my eyes, and I just say a part of me that is actually not called out, or a part of me that feels unsafe, or a part of me that feels scared or anxious, or any part of me that I've never really been in contact with, can you please come forward? Can you please sit with me? I'm really courteous, as if I'm talking to a real person, and I'm very polite. And then I just imagine like a part of me coming and sitting in front of me, and it is going to be the most random things, because with me, I literally saw myself, like when I was just like 1 or 2 years old, just like crawling and coming and sitting in front of me. And then you have to talk to yourself. You have to ask them questions. You have to ask them like, what do you feel? How do you feel? How What can I do to help you better? And trust me, they're gonna answer back. It's just going to be you answering the questions, of course, but it's kind of like you are talking to a part of yourself that you had never talked to before. You never, you know, reached out to that part of yourself before. And it's going to be great, and that's how you're going to learn more about yourself. So just once a week, you can sit with yourself. And also journaling, people say that you should do this every day. I always try to do that, and I always fail. So I think if you don't want to do the sitting with yourself thing, or you just want to add this as an add on, you can also journal your emotions. And just, yeah, journal once a week, because we're all starting out, right? So we'll journal once a week and we'll sit with ourselves. That's it for the mindset. I know it was a bit more for mindset, but it's just something that shapes us, and makes the most impact on us, on our actions. That's why I was just focusing more on that. Moving on to body. For body, you can always go to a gym, you can always work out at home, you can always do yoga. But what we are going to do is working out at home, because being someone who doesn't really have a lot of time, if I go to the gym, I'm spending more money, and I'm also taking that travel time, because there's no gym nearby. I have to take a bus nonetheless. It's like 10 minutes away, but I just don't think I would be able to commit to that. So I'm going to start small. We are all going to start with baby steps and work out at home. So I have this app. Again, it's here. I use this app just like every day. It's a good app. It works fine for me. I spend like almost 15 to 20 minutes again on working out, just keeping myself fit. And yeah, we'll be doing this for 1 week straight. Once we're done with this body, I also kind of incorporate a bit of yoga poses in this. So if you would like to do that, you can always do that. Now we're done with the body, we're done with everything. We're gonna come to the main portion, which is your soul. What you actually really want in your life. Because it's the first week, I really want to do a vision board. So we will be doing a vision board of what success looks like to you. What do you think success is like? And it could be anything, it doesn't need to be materialistic. It could be anything that you would feel satisfied and content with if you do that. If it's just basically something you would do if you would not have to worry about money or time, something like that, right? And you just go on Pinterest, or if you can just take like a big chart paper and just some pencils, and just like write on there like what would you like to do, and just things you really want to do. You can always divide this just to make it more easier, like how your love life would look like, how your family life would look like, how you would look like in 5 years, or how your career is gonna look like, how would you earn money, a whole thing. right? And you can always do that. So that's what we're going to do, because we need to know what our purpose is. We need to know what we want to do in life so that we can work towards it, right? So we are going to make a vision board. We are going to exactly envision how we want our life to be 5 years from now, and we are going to do that. Great. So that's the plan for the first week. I'm going to just attach a screenshot here for everything we're going to do. So if someone is actually following along, they can always screenshot this and really do these things. And we'll meet again after 1 week, and we'll see where we are, and we'll incorporate some new things in our routine. Stay consistent and best of luck.
Place my feet on the top of the